Dude, I'm putting my sweatpants on first thing this is done. I'm freezing.
We're live. Oh. Sorry. Alright, guys. Hey, plebs, welcome to the respawn point. Welcome to your 15th respawn. We know Monday is your least favorite day, so we're here to help you get back into the game or week. Respawn Mondays is a show all about some of our favorite games, including PUBG, Battlefront, Overwatch, and Ark.
And League.
Now the Cooper's here. With the changing list as we continue to pick up and drop hosts. We're your average gamers trying to get through the work week with some sweet, sweet relaxation playing time. So before respawning back into your week, take a breather and let us catch you up. Today we'll be covering what games we like to play on vacation and a little bit of news later. We're your hosts Elias Christensen and Cooper Lavins. How you doing, Coop?
Not bad. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Been a good weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of home-cooked meals.
Yes, that's been very good. What are you drinking there?
I'm drinking this year's Anchor Christmas Ale. It's their 43rd Christmas ale. 43rd Christmas ale. They make a different one every year, and they put a different tree. They put a different tree on the front on the label. Is it crazy?
Yeah, bubbles like all.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they put a different tree on the label every year too.
Oh, okay.
So this is a Lucia fir, and it's very rare, only in California. In the Lucia fir reservation, they're basically keeping it alive.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
yeah, I get this beer every year.
I taste barbecue.
Yeah, I do that now. Now that you say that, I do.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
a little charcoal.
Yeah.
Like a little when it gets burnt on the outside of the ribs.
Yes. But still has a drinkability quality to it.
Yeah,
So
they don't
good.
do it crazy. It's not like a
Looks good.
super heavy porter.
Yeah, that's good. Cup holders.
Great
Cup
cup
holders are a
holders.
topic of conversation. They're inflatable. They float.
They actually
Poolside koozies.
they actually create a vacuum.
Yeah,
So that
because
you can't lift it.
there's a dimple.
Whew.
But anyway, they're fun.
Yeah.
So we decided to go with the whole theme.
Yeah, we tried to keep it pretty festive.
Tropical.
Tropical, yeah.
All right.
So, Cooper, what have you been playing this week?
Mostly Ark. Aberration. Lots of fun.
Yep.
New things.
Lots of new things.
Continuous dying.
Yep.
Playing some PvE.
Yeah,
private server.
we're starting on our own private server right now. And honestly, we've been doing a little bit of that before. And for me, it's just you learn faster.
Well, you learn all the new stuff versus, because PvP is encompassing. It's encompassing. You have to be, you're really just versing the players. And so, with the new map, it's we kind of just decided we want to experience the map versus the constant PvPing. So,
yeah, it's people in stone bases shouldn't be fighting.
But it's been really fun. It's definitely their best map. It's definitely
it's beautiful.
It's super intriguing. It's super awesome.
I can't believe they did it so quickly. Or if they've been I don't know. I don't think they've been working on it as long
Coming
as
from the guy complaining the most about pushing back the release date.
Yeah. Well, I'm still seeing. I didn't expect this much. The map is so complicated. If you look at the top-down map, when you press down, you pull out your map.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't
you can't see how to go anywhere.
That's worthless.
It doesn't make any sense. Because you have to. There's so much verticality to it, and turning in behind where you were, and caves and all this.
But it's lots of fun.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing.
Cool.
Little bit of League.
We played
less
a little
than
bit
last
of League.
week.
Yep. Yeah, less than last week, but I did take some time to test out the new rune pages.
Yeah, we've been playing a little bit.
Because, for a while I'd quit League entirely, and then I was just playing ARAMs with you every once in a while. And now, I'll make a rune page for Nautilus, and one of my favorite shit.
I do love what they've done.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense.
It's great to get rid of runes and masteries and turn it into one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fantastic. Another great thing about it that I think is really, really fantastic is everyone, regardless of your level, brand new player, you get the same access to the runes now. You don't have to purchase. Before, the runes were all purchasable.
Nikki Girl says, I see I've been replaced. Not replaced, just we got to stand it.
He grabbed whoever was nearest, man.
Yeah.
And so But that is really cool because even if you're a noob, you can learn like the system faster, and you can. Before you had to do this really difficult decision between do I want to spend my IP on more champions or do I want to spend it on getting actually better
runes and stuff,
and being able to rank up. And now that whole decision is completely gone.
Yeah,
which is awesome because there are some people that catch on to the game much faster, and they have access to the same runes as someone that's been playing for a long time. So I think that's really great. Now, as far as the specificalities of the runes, I've been finding sorcery is the most favored. There's definitely summon Airy is like super popular on champions. It doesn't even make sense on. Just for reiteration, it's a spell that when you heal and or shield, it adds to it, but also when you do damage, it adds to it.
Oh.
But I can see it's being favored by people that just do damage. So it's like it's a great rune for like Sona because she does damage, but she also supports. So like your Ares going back and forth,
You're just
and
doing a bunch of stuff.
It's just doing work.
Yeah.
But I see it a lot on like I've seen a couple people play Varus with Aerie just to get the troll freaking damage with extra damage with the Q, and whereas like the Arcane Comet is not as reliable because there's a delay, and unless you slow or stun, like that damage is not guaranteed. So they're like there's like a troll aspect to it. So like some people are just taking Aerie just to be like kind of troll. So definitely the sorcery tree is like probably like I see more than anything else. I feel like domination is not as favored as it should be. The new Electrocute versus the old Thunderlords is like just way not as preferred as what was Thunderlords. Like I don't see it as much. Like Thunderlords was crazy.
I remember, yeah.
It was crazy, and Electrocute is the same thing, but like more people are taking Aerie now, so that's just kind of weird. The Resolve I feel is maybe a little weak, and maybe I feel that way because I use that tree a lot. But I think it's because nothing. I mean, the tree itself gives you flat out health, but I don't know. The old masteries definitely used to make you tankier, and so I feel like the early game maybe is a little more interesting. Because you still have the Grasp of the Undying. And let's see what's the other one. The Guardian, which is a great support one. I always take that on Rakan. And then the third one, I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of it, but that's how little it's played. Oh, the Shockwave with the CC with the Shockwave.
Okay.
I see more. I still see that more in supports. So basically, that leaves if you're like a tanky top laner, all you can take is Grasp.
Yeah.
So you kind of are like at a conundrum. It's like should I just go damage because I don't really want Grasp? Should I just go damage? Whereas I used to go, 0, 8, 30, whatever on the old mastery tree. It's like now what do I do? Because if I don't really prefer Grasp, if Grasp doesn't favor into my play style for this champion, I'm taking like tanky top laner, then it's like you're kind of at a conundrum. Then should I just go damage, or should I just try and make Grasp work?
Well, a lot of that stuff you can make those decisions based off of who you're facing against and how you think the game will go.
True, and that I'm glad you said that because that's another really great thing about the new runes is that just like you can edit your masteries in Champion Select, you can now edit your runes in Champion Select. And since you only have one thing, you can totally adjust based on who's picking what, and at the very end make last minute changes. And I love that because that totally adds to like the forethought of going into the game, seeing who the final teams are, and you have like a limited time to do it. And so I think that's really cool.
That's cool.
That's the last one, Kleptomancy. Kleptomancy just seems so troll. It does say rule bending and whatever. So it is really cool for that because you could just throw all caution to the wind and say, I'm going the last tree. I forget the name of the tree. I called it Kleptomancy, but that's one of the keys, the most popular. Kleptomancy Ezreal is like out of control. That's the only. I think I called it that because that's the only keystone from that tree that is used.
That's used ever.
It's Kleptomancy. I don't see a lot of. Shoot. the ice one that slows with your first basic
Don't know.
attack. It's a really good
Oh,
one.
I don't remember looking at it.
I think
Yeah.
I think that's going to catch on in popularity because right now I think people just don't see how useful that utility is on certain champions.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, oh, I'd rather take something else like Airy,
Mm-hmm.
or if I'm going Inspiration, that is the name of the tree. God.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going Inspiration, I just go Kleptomancy if I'm a ranged champion.
Okay.
So that's a little weird, but I do think that that Frozen Keystone, if I could just remember the name, is going to catch on. And the last one, the one that changes your summoner spells, everyone was like freaking out because that was the first one that was previewed.
Oh, okay.
They teased that one, and they said, we don't know what the other two are, or they didn't release them. I don't know which one it was. But they released the one that, you can take a Keystone, where you can swap out your sums mid-game several times. It was like, what's going on? But when it came out, no one's doing it. So that's another one I think might kind of really catch on.
Yeah, like what if you wanted to take, let's say you wanted to take Ghost and Flash Top, but then you want to teleport bot. You know, you might need to teleport.
You can get it 6 minutes in. You can trade it out for teleport and gank.
That's such a good plan.
So, I mean, that's why I think it's going to catch on. But right now, everyone's just like, I can do guaranteed extra damage with Airy, even though I'm like a melee AD champ. Like, so there's just a little weirdness going on, and I think it's still in the discovery process with a lot of players, especially in my elo.
Yeah.
And so we'll see some really interesting things as things continue. What else in League? Zoe. I just don't understand her. She's just weird. I see her do really well in lane because she's only focused on one person. I don't understand what she contributes to a team fight yet. She's just really
She seems to start engagements a lot, or at least that was my experience.
Well, if she lands that thing,
is that a Q? I would assume.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble, I think is the name of the spell. They said they wanted a playful champ, and they definitely delivered on that. But so yeah, she can initiate with that, which is really cool because it gets extra range going through walls. Mm-hmm. So that's like it's more troll. Like it's weird because sometimes, and she has wicked low cooldowns, especially like mid to late game. So it's like I just see Zoe's on my team or the enemy team. I'm either like dodging like endless amount of spells, or the Zoe on my team is like constantly flinging spells. But like she really, when you step back and like see that she's actually not moving around a lot. I think with her ult, people think that she has a lot of mobility. All over the place. She actually doesn't. She just goes there for a second and goes right back to where she was. Yeah. So if you're being chased by like a melee AD champion, and I see like Zoe's instinctively do it. They ult to get like far away, but then they pop right back to where they were. Which is like, I mean, I guess you got nothing to lose at that point, but
yeah, if you're gonna die anyway,
she does not have mobility.
You're blowing ult, but
yeah, and so I see a lot of players, they are really cocky with her because of that ult, which I don't really get. But she does have wicked long range, so she can stay back and definitely, help siege and poke or stuff. But as far as like team fights, like I just don't get what she really brings to a team fight. But she does seem to do really well in lane. I myself haven't even played her, but.
Do you know what her background is? Like, is she from Demacia? Is she from?
She's a aspect of Mount Targon.
Oh,
so, yeah. So just like Taric, Leona, Diana, Pantheon, they're all like aspects of Mount Targon, and they're the only ones that have been to the top of Mount Targon. So because whoever gets to the top becomes an aspect. But as far as that goes, she's just called the aspect of Twilight.
Yeah,
which is like, right. What even is that? Like, Leona's aspect of the sun, Diana Moon, Pantheon aspect of war. Taric is aspect of the Guardian. So I mean, they seem all to have more of like a more like rooted backstory, where she's just like some transient like aspect of Twilight. Like, what even is that? Like, who are you and what do you do? What do you stand for? So like even her backstory is just kind of like, I don't know if I get it.
Sounds like you don't.
But she definitely is like a niche. She definitely has that. She definitely is a skill-based champion, which I totally support.
I've been seeing her a lot.
She seems really fun. A lot of people say she's fun. She looks fun. Her character seems really fun, aside from her playstyle. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think she's still, like, settling into things, and she's definitely different and interesting, and I think that's cool. Like, it's just, with more champions, League releases, the more interesting things get, which is great.
Yeah.
It keeps things exciting.
Definitely.
And it keeps a lot more personalities happy. And I think League's always done a really good job at that. You can find a champion that you prefer, like, so easily, because there's so many different characters and play styles, and a lot of people, it's easy to find a champion that you want to play them just because of their backstory, and I think that that's really cool. But anyway, now we're going into the nature of League, which is way
yeah, it's too much. But so also going on, Nikki Girl says she's a troll champ. She definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's weird, but I do see how someone with a lot of that has played her a lot and is really skilled with her can just do really well. So she's a skill-based champion, but and I'm glad that Nick said that, because you see noobs get away with certain stuff that they didn't even really mean to get away with.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I don't like about her, because I can see someone who's very skilled also perform those things and intentionally perform them and do really well because of that. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a noob, you're gonna feed. So
yeah.
But she is a little troll. I agree.
Also, getting into some new stuff this week, I did play a couple games of PUBG. They had official launch on. They had official launch on the 20th. And it, surprisingly, there's not much rubber banding. I did experience a little bit while in lobby, but not in game. And obviously, Nikki Girl's gonna have a little bit more to talk about that next week when he comes back on the show, and maybe we'll get into it more there. But from what I experienced, no more rubber banding. That was just a test server thing. But they are still 70% of the time picking Miramar. So if you're going on official servers, until we get the choice to play Erangel or Miramar, you're probably going to be playing most of your games on Miramar. But they did say that change isn't coming. So getting into sort of what we were thinking about just for the discussion this week is, especially with everybody having some vacation time right now, and for the past couple months, you get a week off or a couple days off your long weekends, is what type of games do we like to play on vacation or on a break? I know me and Cooper probably have, I know we have favorites, and we'll be able to talk about those a lot. Nick's probably got a couple of different choices, but so to start out, I would say probably most of the time that we go away on vacation or something, we bring Smash. Or whoever has Smash brings Smash.
I mean, Nintendo's super family oriented.
Yeah.
So
they're made to be played in groups.
Yeah, so for any family function, it's should we play Wii? It's always there, and so that's,
Yeah.
And then there's always someone that needs
Smash.
to be showed this for the first time. And so there's that. But now there's a Nintendo Switch, so there hasn't been a game quite like Smash yet for it.
No.
There's
I don't have a Smash, but I do want to pick up Mega Bomberman for your Switch.
Yeah, you're weird about Bomberman.
Have you ever played Bomberman?
I mean, no.
Me and Ethan used to play this old version. Me and my brother used to play this old version on Mini Clip or Addicting Games or something. That was you could play 4-player online, but 2 of you could be next to each other on different parts of the keyboard.
Okay.
And so me and Ethan would team up and play against other people on one computer. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, you're just trying to blow other people up and get to power-ups and stuff, and I'm sure this version's even way more exciting. But I mean, it's like a party game. Something 4-player
Right.
is always nice to have
Yeah.
in those scenarios.
And I think Nintendo just dominates that category.
Yeah.
It's always...
Yeah.
They're really family oriented and make a lot of multiplayer games. And except you gotta buy their controllers.
Yeah, you gotta buy their controllers, then you gotta buy the spare controllers, because I don't want to play. If they said they aren't. They basically said they aren't going to come out with a Smash Brothers game for the Switch.
Yeah, which was
disappointing.
Dang, disappointing.
Yeah.
But I guess they don't have someone to do it.
Yeah.
The people that did all the old ones don't want to do it or something like that.
But if they did, you would have to buy new controllers, because I'm not going to play on the Switch's Joy-Cons.
Well, there's a thing you can snap it into that's a handheld.
Yeah, I still don't. I don't like that.
I could play Smash on that.
You could play Smash on that?
Yeah.
I would like. I mean, if they came out with a GameCube-esque controller. I mean, obviously those are the gold standard for Smash. But I could do the Pro controller that they sell right now. I could do one of those probably.
Okay.
I just like my thumbs. I know. See, on the new controller or on the little clip that you can clip the two controllers to, the two Joy-Cons to. Instead of like on the Switch, your thumbs go up and down, like between the analog sticks and the buttons.
Yeah.
On a regular like Xbox or PlayStation or even the Pro controller for Wii for Switch, your thumbs go out between the analog thing, and those feel natural to me.
Well, there are different locations too on the.
They are.
So that's another.
They are,
interesting
but so
thing.
to me that goes with my fingers. On the adapter where you plug in the two Joy-Cons, they go like this. They go in. Like if you want to go from analog stick to buttons, it has to go up and over, which that doesn't make any sense for my hands to do. So I don't think I could play on that, but I guess I should try.
Well, they have to come out with a Smash first. We'll see if we ever get there.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something we'd like to see. Other games we've played, in the past, we had a friend who was really into Mario Kart, obviously. That's a good one.
Mario Kart's always fun.
You can get Mario Party.
It's always great for family functions.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
Now, I have some other stuff listed here. I'm going to jump down, though, to replaying old games. Sometimes I think, you have some vacation time. Maybe it's like, I'm not saying you're going to put 30 hours into like a full replay of your favorite game, but sometimes it's fun to break out like if I was to break out the PS2 and start playing Need for Speed Underground 2, and just like use some cheat codes to get the cars you want and play around with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was over Chris Denny's house a couple weeks ago and I ended up playing Twisted Metal 2 with him. Like one of his old favorites because he has
played that game.
He has a Raspberry Pi.
I'm not big, but yeah.
Well, we play it. So he's beaten it with when he was a kid. He beat it with every character, and he gave me infinite lives and infinite health and stuff.
Trolled.
Well, yeah, we just trolled because he didn't have the infinite lives, and he did fine. I drove off the edge. It's so hard to control those cars. I drove off the edge.
It's like Rainbow Road.
So many times. Yeah. But, doing stuff like that's super fun.
Yeah.
Do you have any games maybe that you would want to go back to?
I know I probably played either Metroid games or Zelda games, like, just so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, the Metroid Prime series, I know I played multiple times, every one.
Especially if you could get any of those on like a DS or an SP. Like, you could probably download. And,
it wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same, but...
Because, it's so... The Wii controls are so integrated into the place of Metroid Prime 3 for sure, because it was the point and shoot.
Yeah, but a lot of Zelda games were on Game Boy, so you could play that. Or they probably have it available for download on
Skyward Sword,
the 3DS
Twilight
store.
Princess.
Yep,
those are all games I played multiple times, and I would play them again, like if I was homesick.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the new Breath of the Wild, that's definitely worth playing through a second time. And there's new DLC for that, which you talked about last week, so there's still stuff to do in that. Again, I still haven't touched it.
Yeah, well, we've been busy with ARC.
And then I've been actually looking for somebody with a Wii, because I want to play. I have the collector's edition Metroid Prime trilogy.
Okay.
For Wii.
Okay.
And so I would totally play it again.
And that wouldn't run on a Wii U.
Wii U, yeah.
Wii U would,
yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Well, yeah, you could probably get a used one on.
I think, but you wouldn't have the. You need the Wii controller to play the game, because it's like, it's so natural.
Well, can't the Wii U take Wiimotes?
I don't know.
I think it can. Yeah.
I never owned a Wii U.
Yeah, well, we had one of our roommates did.
Yeah, but I never tried to put a Wii controller on it. I don't know. I really don't know if you can.
I think I remember, and now that I'm remembering this...
It was a pad, that stupid pad.
Now that I'm remembering this, I'm actually remembering that I think he made off... Remember I went and bought that wireless charger for the Wiimotes? Never got that back.
And those amiibos. Don't even talk about those.
God. Like $50 in amiibos he made off with.
Dang.
But anyway.
More mad than me.
Yeah, so Nintendo's a staple.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of speaking of Nintendo, something that we've done, like when I was moving a year ago, is we got really into Pokemon.
Wow.
I mean, playing through Alpha Sapphire and getting Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
I think that's a great game to bring on vacation with you because it's portable. I mean,
camping.
Yeah. We played a camping before. Yeah,
playing Pokemon.
And even if you don't have a DS, you can play Pokemon Go if you want to.
I hate that game.
But I think it's good because it's a game you can pick up and put down. Like, you know, maybe you play through the story and now you still want to do something with it, but you don't have the time. You go on vacation, do some breeding. Because you can still sort of be present while you're breeding.
All I know is I better see a flagship Pokemon game for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah?
I better see one, or I'm going to be upset.
You already have Pokken.
Because it's mobile.
You already have Pokken. You want a Pokemon title.
That's a fighting game. I want to see a Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch.
For some reason, I think they would try to do more.
What do you mean do more?
They're like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, they try to make it more complex than a standard Pokemon game.
They don't need to. They do not need to.
I know, I'm just saying this is what I foresee.
I know I speak for a huge group of people out there when I say, we want a game that you've been making for mobile systems, like DS and Game Boy all these years. Pokemon that's the platform for those. Because it's all about the mobility.
Yeah, do you think you could...
And like this, the lamest Pokemon game they ever made, Coliseum, I thought that was so cool. Because it was the Pokemon game, but it was on a console. It was, you played it on your TV. You didn't play it on a Game Boy or a DS. And it's like, now that they have the Switch, that's like both. I better see a flagship Pokemon game. The next one.
Yeah.
The next one better be for the Switch.
Well, would you accept, like, a couple months later release of Ultra Moon? Let's watch that on replay. Let's watch it on the stream.
Here it comes.
I looked back at it.
Okay.
For the audio listeners, part of our set literally just fell over.
Yeah. But it was a work of art. In every sense.
Yeah.
And no, that was released for the DS or 2DS or what all the DS platform.
Yeah.
But like, I want a game like that for the Switch.
Okay, would you take Sun and Moon though?
No.
No, you want
the next.
You want the next game
Pokemon
on
game.
Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever they're planning to do, like the next Pokemon game, I guess it would have to be new Pokemon. That's always the next Pokemon game is new Pokemon.
Yeah.
But like, what they did with like the Alola forums, the fan response to that has been so incredible. Like, there's Instagram pages dedicated solely to Alola forms of classic Pokemon. Like, they want more of that.
Yeah.
We want more of that.
Yeah.
I want more of that. Like, that's so great. And like, they could do that.
Yeah.
There are people that have made their whole regions and everything. They've like invented their whole thing, and they've come up with like their region's version of different Pokemon and stuff. And I think that's super cool, and we want to see more of that. The Alola forms of Pokemon was fantastic, and the response was great, and people loved it. I loved it.
I'm just gonna check the stream of that thing because it might have fell on my router, or just the Wi-Fi thing for this. But Ace Platinum in the chat. We hope you're having a good time with your family. If you're on a vacation, and if not, hopefully you're getting into some video games. And what do I look like without a hat on? I mean, I'm only wearing half a hat. You're getting all you're gonna get, bud. Okay, yeah, we're still alive. Right?
Oh, okay.
It must have hit the wireless router.
Okay. Oh, so there's no Wi-Fi right now.
Yeah.
In this area.
Yeah, in this area. bugs. And
Check out those shorts, guys.
yeah, my new shorts. I'm just literally gonna take that. You talk about Pokemon for another second.
Well, you mean to myself?
Well, okay. What's the lonely Pokemon you want next?
Oh, geez, I don't know. There's just so many.
There are.
I still haven't played Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be worth buying. They're supposed to be really good games.
Yeah, they're supposed to be good games.
But anyway, did you want to talk about PUBG at all?
Well, we're gonna do the patch notes once we get into news. Yeah, I mean it's just a very small patch. This is really all we got to talk about.
Okay.
It's literally 3 lines, Cooper. Okay, so we talked about replaying old games. Any other mobile games you think? I mean, you talked a little bit about some possibility of Zelda, but I think maybe mobile games are probably a good avenue for people to be playing on vacation. Any favorites for you there, other than Pokemon?
Pokemon was always my go-to DS game.
Mm-hmm.
Or Game Boy game. That's the whole reason I bought Game Boy initially. And now that I have the Switch, like when I go home and see family, like,
You just bring that.
I can bring that.
Well, yeah,
that's what's so
cool.
great about that console.
Yeah.
It's such a good console.
Gotta get one.
Yeah. And like Skyrim's on it, like.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't need to be on anything else.
And they have Zelda skins.
In
That's
Skyrim.
pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't even play Zelda. Hey, Ace Platinum, by the way.
Which is weird to me because you love it.
Yeah, probably.
We
I
should
probably
go
would.
back, like. One
Yeah,
of these
well,
days
like I
and,
said,
sit you down and play some.
The only
we
Zelda
should-
game I played is Minish Cap, so I need to play like a good one.
Jeez.
I need to play a solid one.
That's like not the only Zelda game you play. Brandon is cringing right now.
I know. I just didn't know any better.
You
Sorry,
gotta
guys.
play-
Yeah, you guys gotta force me to play a different Zelda
Yeah.
game.
All right.
Ace Platinum, not really. Not loving Survivor. Just not interested. He asked it before I reloaded this.
What's Survivor?
If we're fans of the TV show Survivor.
Why would you ask that? It's about video games and TV shows.
They might have had a video game.
I do kind of like Survivor, but it's still so irrelevant. I feel guilty saying that.
Okay, so last thing about Games on Vacation, something we're doing, and I think might appeal to, if anybody out there is a fan of ARK, is playing on a private server.
Maybe he's asking that because of the flamingos and the tropical flare.
Yeah, I guess
Which means we did good there, Elias.
we would have brought tiki torches, but it'd be a fire hazard.
Oh, that we don't want to
Yeah, and also
be
other
confused
things
with
that happen.
other white supremacists.
Oh my God. Any white supremacist.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So, something else we've been doing is playing on an ARC private server. And I think that that's a good match. I mean, any game, private server, custom games, sometimes it's a fun break. So, like, with the, what we're doing right now, we're just playing on, like, a standard rate server, basically, and grinding through the end game of Aberration.
Mm-hmm.
But, like we did earlier in the year, or even last year, we had like a capture the flag game mode on the island, an ARC, and we did higher rates, and you basically had an artifact that you had to put in a vault somewhere in your base, and then you do counter raids to see who can get the artifact first.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's a lot of room left for mods or even just custom modes on, there's always more room. So I think sometimes that's a fun thing to get into. And while we're just focusing on this Aberration server is like a semi-serious thing, I think it would be cool to get into something like that in a month or two.
I do wish all of my friends played ARK with me.
Yeah.
It would be.
That is my
We
life
would make
goal.
a really great
Oh,
job.
yeah.
We would.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would. And I've felt that way for a really long time. But it's just hard. Because, even just me and you, we both know, you'll be into it and I'm not. And I'll be into it and you're not. It's just... You gotta be on the same wavelength at the same
game.
time.
And then, when you can get into it at the same time...
But if we ever,
if
caught the arc wave all together, it would
Matt,
be intense.
If you, me, and Matt are all on the same page, we get stuff done.
Me, you, and Matt, we have a strong PvP presence. I think if we added the rest of our friend group, like, we could have a wicked good PvP presence.
Yeah,
like,
we could get 387 back.
And that's really the only way I want to play PvP ever again.
Yeah, but if we have reliable people that don't talk in global too much and don't waste resources. All right, so that's
or just play.
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the PUBG or not PUBG discussion part of our show.
PUBG, guys.
We're gonna get into the news. Not a lot of news. I think everybody's just taking a break. But
it is a holiday, Elias.
Yeah, maybe. So
be nice to listeners. How long have we been streaming?
Not that long, like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So, PUBG news. As we mentioned earlier today, a new leaderboard season will start with a PC 1.0 update. And then they go on to detail that while looking into some feedback regarding leaderboard instability and rank update issues, they saw that their leaderboard system was getting overloaded. Then they hadn't even noticed it before. So to alleviate that, they came up with a new system of ranking you. If you're placed 1 to 1,000 on the leaderboard, same as before, you get a number-based rank. It'll tell you if you're player number 734. But if you're below 1001, you get a percentage-based rank. So basically, if you're in the top, 10,000, you'll get like a 3% or whatever, and you're in the top 3%, which is really good enough for you. You'll know if you're getting to even close to 1,000. Like, because I've been 2712 before, I think. I was player 2712 on the first-person solo ladder at one point. Even then, it would be telling you 1%. You're in the top 1% right now. So, I mean, you'll know.
So many people play that game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll never understand it.
Peak players. Okay, so that's another point. Is that me and Nick had guessed that we would be up over 3.5 million players this week. We thought it was going to happen this past Saturday. Didn't. We still haven't even budged from November 25th. We were still at 2.95 million peak players. Hasn't gone up yet. I think people got pretty worn out just playing on the test servers and the amount of issues they encountered on the test servers.
I mean, it's just... PUBG is one of those games you play or you don't play. And if you play it, you'll always play it. But it won't always be the main game you play.
Yeah,
I think the hype is real right now, and like people are excited about it. It's a new concept. But then, I think after a while, it's going to be the game you play every once in a while when you and your friends feel like playing around. But it's not.
I could see it being a semi-serious game for people, but I think people just got pretty worn out with all the issues they were running into on the test server, and I, for one, didn't think that those issues would be fixed.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's the nature of the game. I think it's gonna lose its
appeal slowly.
Novelty.
Yeah, could be. Well, never mind. There's always new games in the genre being released.
Yeah,
like Ark even has a battle royale mode.
Yep.
That we played way back when.
Yep.
And
I just think too many games like PUBG already exist.
They did say that they are gonna put some resources into it again. Just
cool.
Once they got through Aberration, they said we needed to take some time, and so yeah,
not fix anything.
They're working on Ark Park, so like the VR experience. Even though you could still use VR just on the main game, but they're building like a Jurassic Park style like theme ride almost thing for VR. And then they're also going to be putting some resources into Survival of the Fittest.
Okay.
But so back to PUBG. If you're above 1,000, you get a number. If you're below 1,000, you get a percentage. And if a player hasn't played enough matches or doesn't have a sufficient score, the rank will not be displayed. Pretty easy to understand, and they said it's supposed to make things a lot more stable. So that'll be interesting to see. With CSGO news, we have the 2018 Boston E-League Major coming up in January, and the stickers for the fantasy aspect of it in CSGO have gone on sale in addition to the Mega Bundle, which you get. I think you get a sticker for every team, and you might get all the players' signature stickers. I don't know. I forget. I was looking at it. I know it costs $40, and then you can play the fantasy thing. And that's going to be going on throughout January because there's the group stages, playoffs, and finals, all 3 different weekends. So, probably want to buy it sooner than later because I know you have to have your first picks locked in, like, definitely before, I think, early January. You want to have those choices locked in if you're going for one of the trophies. Arc, we had some interesting things happen. I don't know if you saw this, but they're hosting a holiday event on dedicated servers. So you have to choose to turn it on or off.
Okay.
So I don't think Matt's done it on our servers, but you get a one-time wild dino respawn. So all the dinos respawn.
Oh, okay.
And then 5% chance of new wild creatures being Christmas colored. 50% chance of white colored dire bears. Goodness. So you get polar bear, high chance
Which
for polar
don't
bears.
exist on Aberration, so that's great.
Yeah, well, if you play on the island, and all hat-wearing dinos are wearing Santa hats, and Megaloceros have been replaced with reindeer.
Replace.
Which I almost just want to enable it just for that. I just want to enable reindeer, even
you just
though
want some of those skins.
they're useless tames, but
yeah,
they're fast, I guess.
Yeah.
So then also, I don't know. Okay, so 12 a.m. through 5 a.m. I'm guessing that was this morning, so this is useless information. A temporary buff to live connected players, which boosts loot crate quality by 40%. Over base values, 15% over Leo Magic values, which I'm guessing is a established mod. Maybe they have just higher loot crate drops.
Okay, interesting.
They drop more loot and add more cosmetics to loot crate drops. So, could have been interesting.
Get skins you never could get before or something?
I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Also, there's a Steam sale still going on for Ark that lasts till the 4th of January in North America, and that's on Steam. The PS4 in Europe store goes till the 19th of January. Their sale prices, and the sale prices for each region are different. So if you go on to survivetheark.com, in their most recent post, they have all the prices and discounts listed. In addition to that sale, so this is our miscellaneous section, the Steam Winter Sale is still going on till January 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 2018. And in fact, one of our friends was able to get the season pass for Ark for $14.59. So I think he got, I think originally it was 33% discounted, and then there was a flash sale, because that's the thing with the Steam sales, is that sometimes it's only there for a couple hours. Damn. On certain games. So he was able to find it for 66% off.
Wow.
And so we got it for $14.59, both Aberration and the next one.
Awesome.
Yeah, so keep an eye out, guys. You can get some great deals on it.
What did I pay for it? $16?
So I think so. I think you got it for 16.
I got 33% off or whatever.
No.
Just the season pass.
You got the season pass, I think. I don't know. I forget.
It was something like $16.
Okay.
I think.
Well, that would be more than 33% off because it's $45. So 33% off brings it down to 30.
I have to look at my receipt.
Yeah. But I do remember you getting a better deal than 30.
I got a way better deal than 30. Excuse me. But
so,
yeah.
So that that's all the news for this week. That brings us to the polls and trivia. And in line with what we talked about today, I was thinking we could go with what type of games have you been playing over your holiday vacations? MOBA, FPS, RPG, or platformer. And that's, I might reword it, I might change the categories, but you can find that on our Twitter, which brings us into the outro. You can follow us at Respawn Mondays on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Twitch is twitch.tv/Respawn Mondays. You can also email us any questions or suggestions for the show that we'll cover in our level up section. Don't really have anything right now, but if you guys want to ask us any questions, feel free to at respawn.mondays@gmail.com. We host the show every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Monday at 8 p.m. Goodness. Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Respawn Mondays. Yeah, only Mondays. Not Tuesdays. We put the archive on YouTube, and then you can download us through iTunes, Google Play. It's hosted on SoundCloud if you'd like to go there directly instead. Please review us on iTunes. It really helps us out. gets our ratings up there, and it gives us a little bit more exposure. So, I mean, even if you have some criticism, let us know. You can follow me at YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Tolmaeith, TOLMAEITH. So feel free to come watch. I'm trying to stream a little bit more regularly. It's going to be a lot of Arc right now, just because that's what we're interested in.
Well, that's what's new.
Yeah. Aberrations is what's fresh for us right now. And so feel free to stop by. Cooper will be in the chat quite a bit. And we'll just
trolling super hard.
Yeah, we're on a private server, guys, so it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of frustration.
A lot of fun.
So, guys, thanks for respawning this week. We'll see you next week. And the uncle walk over to play the outro.
Hey, your ponytail hit the wire on the way out.
I know.
It's pretty high up there.
It is.